Hello, this message is for Sagittarius. I'm going to start shuffling while I'm talking here. What I want to say to you all is that on this channel, I am going to be doing alternations every week between doing stories and then doing general readings. And the reason for this is that I have been led to see that it is important that I convey messages that are both right brain and left brain focused, and that I not be caught in this I not be caught in like only delivering messages in one way, because I've been seeing the importance of speaking to people subliminally through the power of the left brain. And I just dropped a bunch of cards, but one kind of flew out, so I'm going to take that one. Okay, situation, door to the Akashic Records. It's interesting. I think Leo had this. Okay, so can I get another message for the situation? There, one fell out. Okay. That's weird. Transmutation through the union of opposites. Okay, I'm sorry, both of these came up for Leo, and I've like really shuffled this deck, so I'm kind of interested in like maybe your story and a Leo story is kind of combining. Okay, can I get one more message? I feel weird. This is central headquarters. Okay. Thank goodness that message was a little bit different. Weirded out. I would suggest watching Leo's video, okay, this week. I suggest watching it because, you know, this may be about you and a Leo. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so we have a need to transmute energy here, and the door to awakening, you know, the ability to see how to transmute. And I think here it's like you're being really hammered in that this is your responsibility to engage in this process. You do not have a choice, okay, Sagittarius? This is central headquarters, meaning you have arrived, okay? I think you've probably been actually doing the kind of work to get to this level where you understand how to transmute negative energy and like make something bad into something good. But, you know, it's about, I think, understanding that like once you step through and actually start taking control of this capability for yourself, that you are going to be judged in a much higher light and caliber. And so you have to be careful. You have to be careful about things. I'm getting this real message of like, you know, it's time to rein yourself in a bit, because you're dealing with the big kids now, okay? So if this message is resonating for you, continue watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You don't have to share. It would be nice. Okay. This is what's influencing your situation. It's the Ten of Wands, growth. So I think you have really started to, not just started to, like you've changed, okay? You are here in this place where you are able to step into this bigger, more important role because of the work you've done on yourself, okay? This is really being influenced by your desire to not be the same anymore. And so I think you should like right now commend yourself for sticking through the process of growth, which isn't nice. Growth is difficult, and you don't know where exactly how you're going to grow. You'll be pruned in different ways, but like now it's time to really appreciate the big change that's happened for you and how different you are than you were before. Okay, so this is what's influencing the situation of like enlightenment for you, you know, of understanding how to make good of the bad. I have to say, these are pretty healing messages this week. Okay, so I want to look at your past. Okay, this one came out. We have Child of Cups, Feeler. So I think I see a little bit of emotional immaturity on your part, you know, being more in your feelings and not really unifying like all of your different senses into making your decisions, and kind of making decisions in the past from a place of emotional immaturity, instability. I don't want to say this completely that it's wrong. I mean, it was about like you were awakened and kind of went on this journey, and I think maybe like this could be a message for some of you about feeling like a late bloomer, actually. Like some of you may feel like you're blooming later than you should be, but you're blooming exactly when you were meant to be. And like the fact is, like, even though maybe you handled this past situation not well, it's okay. Like, that's in the past. You aren't this person anymore. That's what this message is. You have changed and grown, and now you're reaping the rewards. And the rewards may not be coming in the same way, but they're equally as powerful and worthy of exploration and appreciation. Okay, so you were in your feelings. This situation where like you were coming up as this Child of Cups, like it's what's led you here, you know, so it's be appreciative of it. Okay, so your next message, which is looking at what you are currently dealing with, is the Nine of Cups, which is fulfillment. You know, you have your needs met and you have more than you need, okay? But there is a sense that, like, you know, something is lacking emotionally. There could be a little bit more security. This is a card which says fulfillment. So it's also too like being proud of your accomplishments, and I think it's okay now like to look at and see how far you come and actually be like, congratulate yourself and celebrate yourself for getting this far, you know. Where you were is so alien to where you are now, and like really you should derive a lot of emotional satisfaction from your willingness to actually go in and do the work to take you to this whole other level in your life. And you know, I think it's not about like pride, but it's really about like celebration. So I think too, like this is something right now that you are being called to go into, which is celebrating yourself and kind of like letting go of this attachment to this how you did things wrong or whatever. Like, doesn't matter, it's in the past. Like, you don't need to be attached to those emotions. Those emotions were there to inform you, and now it's like, okay, you've gone through all that, you've learned your thing, now appreciate yourself, appreciate what you've learned, because like it's going to serve you well. Okay, next message is regarding what you will be dealing with in the future. Okay, we got death. Ooh, death. 13, death. We are currently in Scorpio season, right? So I think this theme is kind of hanging over all of our minds of the great unknown. And this is what you need to step into, you know. There's, okay, this message that it's coming to me is something about how, like, you are not meant to know the outcome of things, okay? The great mysteries around you, like, you cannot make your decisions based on what potentially could happen that is bad. The message that I'm wanting to say to you, which is kind of cheesy, it's like, you know, what if I die? Okay, what if you die, but what if you live? What if you really lived? Okay, I want you to take that message with you as you let it die, okay? Let these feelings go. Or let the feelings you had at this time go and step into new ones. You're worth it, Sag. You've earned it. You have earned this big, drastic change. And with this big, drastic change, it's also a change you can't go back from. Like, you're a different person now. Let that old you die. You aren't that person. You never were. I don't know why I said that. You were that person, but like, your judgments about that person aren't helpful. They're just a way of being attached. Let it go. Mourn it if you must. Okay, that's another message. Mourn it if you must. If you haven't mourned it, maybe that's about this. Like, maybe that's about like letting the cups kind of flow, you know. That could be a message for some of you, but really it's about like embracing a completely new you. Okay. Embrace, you know, there's this sense of like inner child, and this channel is a total exercise and in loving the inner child. But this is about like learning who you are as an adult, like the fullest version of you. Okay, so can I get a message about, I want a message regarding the goal of this, the goal of all of this. Okay, the Six of Worlds, synergy. This is about finding the place in this world where you belong, and where what you give is to the right people and what you receive is what you deserve, okay? It's about like that kind of alignment. This is the goal. You want to get to this place where you can give back freely without restraint. Because I sense like there was this time of like deep restriction upon you, like deep inability to like access the power of your like emotional self. And it's kept you back from like being able to give anything. But now you can. Now you are able to share what you have. And it's a really beautiful place to be. Or this is the place that you want to go, I should say. This is what it's about, getting to that. Okay. Now I just need a message to take us away, which will be a bit of advice on your journey out. And thank you, Sagittarius, for tuning in. You are a very important sign, and you teach us a lot. So thank you for being you. Can I get a message? Okay, ooh. Your message. We have another major arcana here. So you got Death, but you also got the Hanged Man. 12, the Hanged Man. It's saying that enlightenment is going to require you to slow down, delay satisfaction, delay gratification is more the message. I mean, delay gratification. Enlightenment comes through struggle. Understand that being held back and not participating is oftentimes spiritually for your own good, so that because, you know, I want to say this too, you are protected by really strong energy here, Sagittarius. You need to understand that your emotional self is being protected by a very powerful energy, okay? If you've been doing like your spiritual work right now, which I think a lot of you who are being guided to this channel are, this is what it's about, all right? Understanding that when we are held out, it's sometimes for our own good. And it sometimes is because we have more to learn until we can fully shine who we are. But that moment is coming up for you. So like, take what you've learned, you know, and celebrate who you are, and celebrate who you are going to be, you know, and don't be afraid to not know who that is. Don't be afraid that you are going to learn a whole new way of being, because you've already changed so much. But yeah, letting go of these feelings is what it's about. Okay, I'm done reiterating the points. I hope they've sunk in for you, but I think this is a very important message. And, you know, ultimately it's about loving yourself and like really like being compassionate and like being, I don't know, celebratory too. All right. I will see you all another time. Goodbye.